I can't afford for my rent to go up because I really am just barely making it as I am on what I'm making now.
I get $866 a month to live on, and they want my rent to be $800 and some dollars. How am I supposed to live?
I can't stand for a long time. I can't sit for a long time. My nerves are starting to act up from my diabetes. And I'm 68 and cannot find a job. Nobody's going to hire somebody that's already over the retirement age.
How am I going to come up with $1,500 for a deposit? How am I going to come up with the $200-300 it's going to cost to move all my stuff? You know? And I was given a very short amount of time. I mean, they didn't say, hey, you know what? In a year, you're going to have to move. You better start saving now. They didn't do that for us. They just said, hey, you got a month.
The sequester is a device that was invented by Congress and the president. They came up with this idea that if they couldn't come up with a good budget, that they would just do a sequester, which would cut everything 5% across the board.
My share of costs will increase 64%. That's outrageous. I cannot continue this.
We've been lucky so far, but at this point, you know, our luck has run out.
My rent got increased $922 within a matter of 5 to 6 weeks. They gave us notice.
In the past, I paid almost $500,000. Now I receive the letter from the housing. They increased the rent $900. I cannot afford that because now I'm disabled.
Unfortunately, the solutions that they came up with are to increase people on fixed income. A lot of them got rent increases of about $100. Some of the people who went through this voucher size change, they got a rent increase of $700, $800, or $900. We had one woman, her income is $516. They raised her rent to $880. It's completely mad. It doesn't make sense. Nobody who's making $516 a month can pay $880 in rent.
When we've got 17,000 people that have just received letters stating that their rents are going to double, triple, quadruple in this county where it's already so hard to live.
I called good 65, 70 places. I got 3 responses, and all of them told me that they had multiple people applying, like 30, 40 people applying. So they made these cuts and they threw us all out on the street at one time and then expect us all to find a place. And then they say, oh, we're not forcing you to move, but our rent increase is $600. Some of them I've heard $800, $900 rent increases.
No, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find a place in 90 days.
My daughter lived with my wife, and my son, he lived his own room, and myself, I did my separate room. So we all together we have a 3-bed because I have a few surgeries. One is bypass and one is total hip replacement. They increase the rent too much, you know. Probably they will be homeless.
I don't know where else some of the seniors are going to go. I mean, we've worked all of our lives to just pay into Social Security so that we could have Social Security, and it's not enough to compensate for the rents that we have to pay now and the medical costs that we have to pay now. And so the Section 8 is the only thing that we can count on to help us get through life.
The reason why we have Section 8 is to help people. So to take $21 million away from this program is already saying, we're getting ready to hurt you.
I mean, you can apply for their extensions and you can stretch it out to 3 months, but after 3 months, you're gonna see a lot of these people out here that had housing, they're gonna be back on the streets because they couldn't find places.
This is not about me, this is about my son.
Currently, Santa Clara County only has 2 family shelters, and one of which only takes boys over the age of 12. So really, the demand is extremely high already, so I can't even imagine how it's going to be now. It's crazy.
We've got children who are going to be terribly at risk, and that's what Section 8 was built for, was to help these families that are at risk.
But it's just a matter, you know, am I going to get lucky? Somebody's going to rent to me. Can I come up with a deposit? And what kind of neighborhood is it going to be? What kind of school is my son going to be in? I feel like maybe we're going to end up like prisoners in our own home because we're going to be in an unsafe environment.
But with these cuts and people having to uproot their families and you're turning people inside out and sideways, I said they're going to end up in the streets or they're going to end up in another county. That county can't afford to have all these people come in and try to live there.
Some people are thinking about porting out, if they can, their voucher. I have a portable voucher out to a cheaper county because they just don't know what to do.
You know, it's unfair. You know, this sequestration was supposed to be so horrible that it wouldn't be done. But they let it go and they let it happen.
This problem is a nationwide problem. It's not just in Silicon Valley, but why should it be here?
You know, we live in one of the richest places on earth, here in the Silicon Valley.
We got encouragement from the Housing Authority, which said that they felt that if Congress could hear about it, Congress might do something about it. And the words that I have used when I've encouraged people to get involved and to speak, whether on camera or at public meetings, is to speak out, because if you don't speak out, people are going to keep on cutting.
I've been hearing through the media and through my commission that those in Washington don't believe that this is hurting anybody. That the media is saying the sequester didn't touch anybody. And I'm hearing, because of being a commissioner, because of being a participant, and because of being a minister, that this has not only hurt a lot of people, but it's hurt a lot of people's families as well. It's hurt people that nobody will ever hear their voice.
We can't take it no more. You see this? My goal is to continue to collect more signatures and hear people's story, which is very sad and heartbroken to me, because I fear myself that I might be the same situation as they are, but thank God I'm not yet.
I worked with Christy Wong from CHAM. We've got over 400 letters now. We're going to take these to Zoe Lofgren and to Mike Honda, Sam Farr, and Anna Eshu, Barbara Boxer, Dianne Feinstein, all of our Congress people and representatives from this area, to let them know that people in the Bay Area do not want the sequester to take away housing for the people that need it. This is just the beginning. If they get away with this 5% cut, they're going to come back in 2014 with 5% more. In 2015 with 5% more. That's the way the sequester is set up. 5%. Year after year after year after year. And so far, Congress has proven to be completely hard-hearted. They have not relented on this. They don't look like they're getting ready to relent. So it's up to the people that are being affected by these cuts to stand up and speak out. If people don't stand up and speak out for ourselves, nobody else is going to do it for us.